the ultimate fishing authority in the Northeast, the Fisherman magazine.
No guessing, just catching. New Explore Series fish finders keep you locked on fish with unbeatable clarity, best-in-class imaging options, and a stunning ultra-bright HD screen. There's more to explore, only with Humminbird.
You know, every so often in this weekly video fishing forecast, I mix politics with fishing and it drives people crazy. So now let's go the religious route. You see, follow me for a second. It said that Christ was born 9 hours after sunrise, which is why the number 9 means so much in religious beliefs. See, if you're of the Jewish faith, Yom Kippur begins at sunset on day 9 of the 7th Hebrew month, while in Christianity, the number 9 represents the fruits of God's Holy Spirit: faithfulness, gentleness, goodness, kindness, joy, suffering, love, peace, and self-control. Ah, self-control. That's because in 9 days, you folks of the devout striper faith, 9 days until New Jersey's outback striper season reopens on March 1st. I'm Jim Hutchinson with the New Jersey, Delaware Bay edition of the Fisherman magazine, and may striped bass be with you and also with you, because this is the big thing. I mean, for folks in Pennsylvania and you go west and everybody thinks of the trout opening day, but here in New Jersey, it's that March 1st opening of striped bass in the back bays, which really gets the motor running. Now, I will not be dunking bloodworms from my favorite spot along the Mullica River, as I've done so many seasons in the past. And I expect the Raritan Bay Shore, the Toms River, Great Egg Harbor River, and perhaps down along the Delaware stretch near Fortescue will all see side-by-side anglers dead sticking with bloodworms. I, however, next week at that time, March 1st, Saturday, I'll be at the Atlantic City Boat Show, which is where I am every year. But I would tell you there's another place for you to be next week. That's Sunday, March 2nd. I'm here at Fisherman's Source, located at 3501 Sunset Avenue in Ocean Township. And next Sunday, March 2nd, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., it's their 6th annual Stock Up event. Raffles, food truck, local vendors, and of course, deep discounts throughout the store. Talking to the folks here this week, and they said just about everything in the shop is at least 10% off or better, but some things, and it's too soon for me to tell you what, will be up to 80% off. You've got Gulp on sale, Yazori plugs on sale, my favorite 3D inshore popper, mono, fluoro, braid, rods, reels, tools, you name it, it's on sale. And of course they do, I mentioned trout. They have a great selection of freshwater gear here as well. Fisherman's Source has been expanding every year here in Ocean Township, and I expect you're going to see a lot of that to happen again in the years to come. It has become both an online destination as well as a brick and mortar destination. Again, that's Sunday, March 2nd from 10 to 2. Fisherman's Source is located at 3501 Sunset Avenue in Ocean Township. That is the date of their 6th annual Stock Up event. Now, also keep in mind that Fisherman's Source is only about a 9-minute drive west of Asbury Park on Sunset Avenue. That's, of course, the location of the Asbury Park Fishing Club's annual plug show next Sunday, March 2nd. So I hope you've been saving your pennies and socking away the money, because now it's time to gear up. Whether you're looking at some wall hangers or something to hang some fish, either way you look at it, this is the corridor where you want to be next Sunday. This weekend, let's get into the fishing. What's your target species? There's only a handful of them at this point: cod, pollock, ling, porgies, and blackfish still on the menu this month of February. But typically you're running far east for many of those species. And that's why you've only got a handful of charter boats, a couple of head boats still running this time of year. It is cold, obviously, so the participation has dropped, but you do have the Ocean Explorer out of Belmar. You can stop in to see the folks from Fisherman's Den there in Belmar, not far from here, if you want to gear up, find out about that trip. And of course, you've got both the Paramount and the Big Jamaica on the Manasquan out of Brielle. From shore, out back, in the canals, the lagoons, the creeks, and the salty rivers, you do have white perch. A few guys, like the Meat Wagon crew down in South Jersey, found some open water, slipped the skiff in after getting some bloodworms from Captain Dave at Absecon Bay Saltwater Sportsman, Absecon Bay Sportsman Center there in Absecon. he's continuing to get bloodworms all winter long. Several folks have. I say that all the time. Akira at True World Tackle, Dennis at Hook House in Tom's River for that white perch bite. And some of the shops, as I mentioned, if you read about them in the Fisherman magazine, even though they might have their doors closed, they're usually just a phone call away. And by this time next week, of course, I will expect to see more bloodworms for sale at shops up and down the Jersey Shore, because bloodworms are that primo March 1st and early March striper bait. Tyler Casero emailed me this week to confirm that Toggin has indeed gotten a little bit slower on the boats, though he did manage a few keepers with trout-sized hooks with clam or bloodworms for a few jumbo burgalls and ling. Burgalls often thought of as trash fish, but some of those bigger ones, if you put them in the box, they're pretty darn tasty. Smaller ones make a great striper bite, but don't discount those all the time. Tyler said he's had a few bycatch stripers as well, working in some of those back bay areas for white perch. He said the Manasquan as well as the toms. So again, that is a good sign for next week that some of these perch fishermen fishing with bits of bloodworms are finding some striped bass as bycatch to catch and release. Now, weather-wise, if you're looking to line the rails along one of the head boats that you'll find in that February edition of the Fisherman magazine, it seems as if these crazy winds should begin to subside a bit heading into this weekend, and seas look rather tasty for getting out to those mid-range wrecks if you are looking for ling, cod, pollock, and perhaps a couple of blackfish along the way. Freshwater options, however, this time of year seem to be about the best. There are some open water opportunities to take advantage of that we've talked about over the last month or so. Spoke to Joe again at Fairfield Fishing Tackle, saying, yeah, there's some open water areas. You think maybe the Pequest or the Ramapo, but those winter-stocked trout are still in the open water, and they're willing to take a trout magnet or a little spinner. If you're looking for freshwater tackle, come on out here to Fisherman's Source here in Ocean Township. Andrew Kacharik fished the Musconetcong River in Holland Township this past Friday, Valentine's Day. Had a nice winter limit of rainbows ranging from 16 to 18 inches. He was using the Berkeley bubblegum worm and salmon eggs. A little ice along the bank, that could be expected. But again, you do have some open water opportunities along those streams and rivers. Some areas of the Garden State out into Pennsylvania still seeing some fishable ice. A lot of folks that I've talked to in the region think that we're going to see good ice fishing conditions all the way into March. A quick look at the temps out in Sussex County for the next few days seems to substantiate that belief. Tell you what, here at Fisherman's Source, I'm going to go back and take a look at some of the rods that are on sale here all the time, but some of the rods you'll see next week. On this week's open boat, Jenni Ackerman met up with Saltwater Underground's Nick Honachefsky. You'll see his Beach Talk report next week when we go to print with the March edition. You subscribers expect to find that in your mailbox sometime next week. But together, the two of them were using jigging rods and homemade tip-ups that are over 85 years old. Nick and Jenni offer a glimpse at what lies beneath that frozen tundra on your favorite frozen lake with some tips and tactics to get you into the action.
Hey everyone, welcome to this week's open boat. We are here on the ice. I'm not shaking because it's cold. It's my first time on the ice since like high school, but we have a very special guest star here showing me the ropes with ice fishing. Celebrity Nick Honachefsky.
I was like, who came in?
The host of the Saltwater Underground show, and he's gonna show me the ropes on some ice fishing. So let's get to it.
All right, so we grab like a little medium-sized shiner. You want to hook them just above the dorsal fin like that. And it's about 15 foot of water, so I'll drop it down 15 foot and then bring it up about 1 foot. So you want about 1 to 2 foot off the bottom. That's where all the pickerel and the yellow perch are hanging right now at this time of year. With these old school tip-ups, my granddad made these in the 1940s and I'm still using them, so you don't need all the new cutting edge gear. Once the line is out, put the flag here on the little trip, and then when that spool trips that little hanger piece, pops up the flag, and that's how you know you got a fish on. Call it a tip-up. That's when everyone goes batting and going running for it. Hopefully we get a few of them today. I don't know if it was a wind flag. Oh, he might be pulling to the side. Might be on there. Oh, he's on there. Look at him. Look at him pull. All right, ready? Yeah, he's on there. Feels like a pickerel. Oh, he's pulling line now. Shoot. Yeah, probably a pickerel. Oh, pulling line. Look at that. That's sick. All right. All right. Your hands are the drag. Look. Yeah. Yeah. Look at that beauty. Look at that pickerel, man. That is so beautiful. Oh, that is so little chain sider, man. Oh, what a chunker. It's so cute. Oh, prettiest little chain sider there, man. Get him right back in. There you go, buddy. Woo. So when you're jigging, you always want to tip them with like little mousies or spikes, they call them, like that. And then when you're baits, you drop your jig down, drop it to the bottom, pull it out a foot off the bottom, and all you do is just kind of barely vibrate the rod itself like that. You don't want to do any of these like big swing jigs, just barely vibrate it. And those little vibrations attract the fish.
So this is definitely like a major patience game. And we're just waiting for some tip ups to potentially go up. And I'm just moving to different holes to like jig. I'm like barely jigging up nice and slow, like do a couple of light jigs and then stop. And then what's really cool is on the actual line, and a little ice forms on the mono, so I can use that as like an indicator. Now, like since it's the winter and all these fish are like super lethargic, like what's the bite gonna feel like?
So these fish on those tip-ups last time,
yeah,
they just sat on it, barely moved.
Okay.
In fact, I checked a few of them at the end. I had 3 fish on that didn't even trip the flag because they didn't move.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So I just had a fish hit my jig, and I'm just holding it still now because it's probably still there staring at it. How deep is it?
Right here is 15, 18.
Okay.
So whatever you want to pull this up first and spool some of the line without like spooking them, right? So pull it up and give them a little bit of line, like reach down and give them some line there. Yep. Now pull that out and set it aside, yeah. Yep, that's cool. Yep, and that, there's weight on there. Get right here. Oh, he's getting ready to pull. Set the hook.
I got it.
Yep. Yep, there we go. Little by little, yep. Yep, you know how to do it. Yep, if he's pulling, let him go. Oh, did he get off? Yeah, I figure I saw it when it pulled in, we'll see. That's right, you win some, you lose some, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, he pulled off. Yeah, he just took the bait, so he didn't have the whole, probably just holding on to the bait there. But you gotta rebait now. He's pulling line now, check it out.
Okay.
Yep. Let him run a little bit.
Yeah.
Pull.
Should I lift it?
Yeah, lift it up a little bit, let him run.
Okay.
Let him run a little. Okay. That's cool. So that thing's definitely on you, the camera?
Yeah, it's good.
All right, now pull a little bit of the line out and set the tip up to the side. Pull some line out. Tip up to the side, yeah, set tip up down.
Okay.
Now, kind of just gingerly set the, go ahead. Pull a little bit, there you go.
Oh.
There you go,
Oh
all right.
my God.
Nice and easy, nice and easy. If he pulls, let him pull.
Off.
Yep, keep pulling though.
Okay.
Oh. No, he's still on. And remember, when he gets to the hole, you want to guide him around. So if he pulls against you, let him go.
He's really yanking.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's all right. Use your hands as the drag.
Okay.
You got it.
I'm bringing him.
Take your time.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, he's pulling a little bit, yeah. All right.
He's just getting caught on the ice.
Yep,
He's
that's all right.
running.
It's a nice size fish, I think. Yep. Keep doing it.
I was watching this one when we were checking the ice. I
Tripped,
saw
right?
the flag like trip, and then it went boom.
Yep.
I'm bringing him up. Oh, he's running.
Yep, let him run.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh God, he's
Yep.
taking a lot.
Let him, if he's taking line, let him take it, but little by little.
Yeah, slowly.
All right, you'll get leaders soon.
Yeah.
That's all right. Remember that angle, right? Yep,
Yeah.
you're good. Oh, that's all right.
Oops. Oh God. My hands aren't working.
It's all right, it's all right.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Here, can you grab that?
Yep, right there. Go ahead.
Sorry.
That's all right. Take
My
your time.
hands like failed.
It's all good. It's all good. You're doing it.
Oh.
All right, little more. Little more. Go ahead. Yep. Oh, I think it's a nice sized fish the way he's pulling. Definitely a pick. Oh, or it could be a bass even. Let him pull if he's pulling.
He's really pulling.
Wow, this is gonna be a nice sized fish. So I think.
I'm just worried about like the
That's all right.
line
That's all right. Just
sticking while he runs.
That's all right.
I don't want to pop him off.
That's all right. Grab him if that's the case. You're gonna have a little bit of leader. Okay. And we're gonna.
Oh.
Yep. And we'll hold it that way.
God.
Yep.
Jesus.
Could be a really nice fish. I'm telling you. Pull some line off. Yep. Don't horse him now. Just keep doing your thing. That's a big fish. I'm telling you, that's a big fish. Big pickerel or a big bass. Yep. Yep. Doing this thing. Oh, look.
See him?
No, not yet.
Oh, jeez.
He sees us. Easy. He's doing this thing.
Oh,
That's all right, that's all right, that's all right. Don't freak out.
I'm just gonna go slow.
Yep, nice and slow. Nice and slow. Keep
You wanna try
going.
leadering
Keep
him?
going, go ahead. Gotta get his head in the hole first. This pickerel, yes! Nice work. There you go, sweetie. Nice work. Yep.
Jeez. Oh God,
Yep.
oh God, oh God.
Little slime dart, right? They call him.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
You can show him. There you go. Jenny's first ice fish in a long
There
time.
we go. Since high school. I'm old now. That's a long time. Oh my God. Let's
That's
go.
awesome.
Nice little hook set.
Ah,
I
look
mean,
how the hook just comes right out like that.
convenient. Okay.
Now you can,
Ready,
you know,
hold the line.
let me get a
Slide the
picture.
line.
Hang on.
Oh yeah.
Hang on. Get your picture there. That's sweet. Nice work, Jenny. Well played.
That was
Well-
stressing me out.
Well played. It looks good. Very well played. That's so
That was
cool.
great.
Okay, you can release him.
Release him. There he goes.
Nice.
Whoa, that was awesome.
Yeah, man, he was pushing line, man.
That was crazy.
That was wild, right?
That was awesome.
Nice work.
Heck
Yeah, you got
yeah.
the pickerel hands now.
Oh,
And you saw that trip too, which is
yeah.
great.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
Good on you. Well done, well done.
Heck yeah.
Really awesome. Thanks for joining Jenny and me today. I've been with the Fisherman magazine since 1998. I still do the beach talk column every week. Be sure you read it when the surf fishing's happening. Follow at Honachefsky on Instagram and Saltwater Underground on YouTube, and make sure you watch the show on Discovery Channel and Sportsman's Channel. Woo!
We have our 6th annual stock-up event on March 2nd from 10 to 2. We have some great deals, raffles, as well as local vendors and pro staff members on site, and a free food truck. Stop on by.
Heck of a selection of rods here at Fisherman's Source. You've got them all your favorites, Penn, St. Croix, ODM, Jigging World, Tsunami, all of them. And next Sunday, you're going to find a lot of them on sale. As a matter of fact, one thing to keep in mind here at Fisherman's Source next Sunday, March 2nd, they will be doing a bunch of raffles. And one of the raffle items they've got is a Jigging World Night Ranger 7.5 footer. It's a medium heavy with a micro jigging 1000H. Also got a Jigging World Shadow Surf 9.5 footer medium heavy with a Shimano Saragossa 6000 HG. I have a Jigging World Onyx at home that I use in the spring run. Absolutely love it. But if we're going to get through that, if we're going to get through to some of this spring action, we got to get rid of these winds. Take a look at this video. This is in the backyard where I keep the boat. And if you haven't been down to the Jersey Shore to check on some of the canals and lagoons, look at that. The westerlies that we've had all week long have pushed water out. It's almost as if somebody pulled the plug on the Barnegat Bay. But it's covered with ice. This guy with a sport fisherman down the creek from me. I'm not sure that thing's going to be laying high and dry at some point, but it is amazing. If you dropped something overboard at your slip last year, might be a good week to head down there and find it, as those west winds have left us high and dry. George Shower, our Pocono Outdoors guy. It has been so cold and windy that George told me this week, Jim, I've got nothing really to report. So we'll check in with George. We had a great time at the Philadelphia Fishing Show, the two of us over the weekend. I think he's just tired. We'll find out. But we do have several fishy events to tell you about in this weekend ahead in the tri-state area. This Saturday, February 22nd, the Reel Seat in Brielle will feature a special Shimano Pro Day with an 11 a.m. slow pitch jig presentation by Benny Ortiz. That's followed by a jig and pop panel discussion with captains Adam Shear, Erwin Heinrich, Jerry Malanga, Billy Hayes, and Gerard Facone. Should be a great event out there at the Reel Seat. Then comes Sunday, 23rd of February, Point Pleasant Beach. You've got the 29th Annual Ocean Fire Company #1 Fishing Flea Market. That's presented by Ocean Fire Company. It's from 8:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m., but that is at the Antrim School. The Antrim School, that's at 401 Niblick Street in Point Pleasant Beach. Admission is $5. Kids under 12 free. Want some more info? Contact Matt, 732-213-2133. Other events worth a look-see this weekend, pulled from the pages of the February edition of the Fisherman magazine, our calendar of events that you'll find on page 10 in February. The Fisherman magazine, for example, if you're in North Jersey or New York City, Staten Island, you want to head east, head out to Long Island. We've got a single-day, full-day seminar series this Saturday. That's at the Huntington Hilton. It's located at 598 Broad Hollow Road in Melville, New York. Goodie bag for attendees. You can get all the details on that Fisherman magazine show at thefisherman.com. You've also got out in Pennsylvania, in South Jersey, you've got the Barrington Rod and Reel Fishing Flea Market. That's this Saturday, the 22nd. That's from 9 a.m. till 1:30 p.m. That's at the Audubon Park Auditorium, 20 Road C in Audubon Park. Admission $5. Adults, children 14 and under, a free early bird entry, 10 a.m. or $10 at 8 a.m. You guys are looking for bargains. The one I was talking about in PA this weekend, that's in Boyertown. That's on Sunday, February 23rd. It's the Keystone Sportsman's Flea Market. That's presented by the Keystone Fire Company. That's at 240 North Walnut Street in Boyertown. That runs from 8 to 2, admission $4. Kids 12 and under admitted free. I will not be at any of these events over the weekend, but I will be out at Atlantic City next week, Wednesday through Sunday. Actually, I'm going there Tuesday for setup, then I'll be there every day running the seminars all week long. And we've got a great lineup of seminars for that Atlantic City Boat Show next week. We got stripers, trolling motor install, using your trolling motor, tuna, mahi, fluke, tog, and other wreck denizens. Did I mention sheep's head? I think we've got 2 seminars on sheep's head. We've got everything covered next week. Frank Crescitelli is going to teach us how to throw a cast net as well. We've got using your electronics. I think I've got it all covered, but it's every single day. The one unique item that we've got next Saturday, March 1st at 11 a.m., it's a wind panel discussion, a workshop, if you will, where we've invited some folks to come in. Fisherman, fish head Greg Kudnick from Fisherman Supply will be with us. Robin Schaefer of Protect Our Coast, New Jersey. Captain Bobby Rush of the Starfish. We even have a special guest, District 2 State Senator Vincent Palestina. So again, that's going to be a pretty healthy discussion on industrial offshore wind and its impacts on fishermen, commercial and recreational. I did invite the folks from Anglers for Offshore Wind and the National Wildlife Federation because they've been getting all the quotes in the newspapers. So we'll see if they come out to see us as well and join the panel discussion. We'll leave a seat open for you guys. I will have more on the Atlantic City Boat Show next week from the floor of the Atlantic City Convention Center, where we'll be all week.
Cabin Fever sale is back March 14th and 15th in the shop here and online March 16th through 18th. Huge savings, huge selection, phenomenal seminars. You don't want to miss it.
One of the things I love most about all these shows is meeting and speaking with new friends. I had a blast on Sunday. George and I were yucking it up with Randy Morris and Adele Muncie, along with their kayaking buddy. I didn't catch his name, but he was pretty effusive. Didn't want to say his name, didn't want to say any place where fish were caught. He showed me a picture of a striped bass. I said, where was it caught? He said, Dallas, Texas. But Adele caught her first striper last October 26th in the Back Bay, but before I could even get in an area where that might be, the buddy said that was in Dubuque. So not getting any straight answers, but we are approaching that time of year for kayak fishing. I was talking to a couple of the staffers here at Fisherman Source. They just had somebody in the shop getting all prepared for kayak fishing this year with floats and tethers and everything else that you need. I also received a photo this week from a reader, Marion Epstein, who's been traveling a lot of late. Caught his personal best mutton snapper on the Kelly fleet at a Hauling, Florida recently, 12 pounds, 27 inches worth of prime fish fillet. If you're still thinking of getting away this winter, got the fearing, power steerings, pistons popping, ain't no stopping now, Panama.
In the famed waters of Panama awaits a fishing experience like no other. Tropic Star Lodge welcomes anglers to get in on world-famous fishing action. Plan your perfect trip today. Tropic Star Lodge, the ultimate in fishing adventures for more than 60 years.
Let's stuff some fish sausages, shall we? Monday, February 24th marks the 15th anniversary of the very first United We Fish rally on Capitol Hill. I was proud and honored to be a part of the planning of that spectacular event, which saw more than 5,000 fishermen from all over the country descend onto Capitol Hill, commercial and recreational, finally standing side by side in an effort to reform our federal fisheries law while slowing the implementation of things like catch shares and sector separation and individual fishing quota. It was a huge event which netted very little in terms of unity and progress for either side. But now it's getting even worse. You might have seen our e-news alert this week. Tuesday, we sent it out from thefisherman.com. But on the day after this 15th anniversary of unity in the fishing community on Monday, on Tuesday, there is a sector separation proposal being discussed by the Atlantic States Marine Fisheries Commission and the Mid-Atlantic Fishery Management Council. So you can go to thefisherman.com, get all the information about this separating anglers proposal from the council and commission. Basically, they want to take the recreational fishing community and break them into two pieces: private anglers and anglers on for hire boats. The first meeting on this proposal is for New Jersey, and that is Tuesday, February 25th from 6 to 8 p.m. You can get all the details on this, the webinar, registration, and some additional background at that fisherman.com post. You can also visit asmfc.org or MAFMC, that's the council and the commission, the Atlantic States Marine Fisheries Commission and Mid-Atlantic Fishery Management Council. So what's it all mean? Basically, it's what I said. For hire boats who fish beyond 3 miles out in federal waters for black sea bass, porgies, and fluke, well, these guys have to get a federal permit to do so, to take you out fishing out beyond 3 miles. When you get that federal permit, as a captain of one of these permitted vessels, you have to keep a daily catch log, a daily trip report, a vessel trip report, a VTR, and it's done electronically. So they call it an EVTR. In theory, those effort and harvest numbers have come in lower than what the random survey called MRIP, the Marine Recreational Information Program, says about the private angling community. Thus, the powers that are deliberating over action are looking at two different sets of regulations for the future. Because MRIP for private anglers says one thing, and the EVTR information says something different on those boats. That's the theory, and that is theoretically why this sector separation plan comes down. Now, like I said, we've gone from a United We Fish rally where the commercial and recreational fishermen were standing side by side, and now we look United We Fall in the span of just 15 years. We will get a better flavor on what this is all about, this sector separation out of Tuesday's meeting. But again, this is one of those other winter meetings, takes up a little bit of our time, but I don't know, again, I don't know what the flavor is. I don't know if we're going to like the way it tastes or we're going to end up spitting it out. But folks should pay very close attention to this concept. It's very similar to the way bluefish is managed, right? We got 3 per angler, private, but there's 5 if you're fishing on a headboat. Imagine the same thing with fluke, sea bass, and porgies. That's why that Tuesday meeting is so important. One point I would make, and I'll make this public, I don't know where I stand. Folks have been asking me all week, where do you stand? I said, the one thing I know is as long as you don't break that recreational quota down into 2 parts, debatable. But once you decide to break that quota down and the private guy has one set and the for hire angler has another, now we are breaking the system. That's something that we cannot come back from. So again, that meeting is Tuesday night, 6 to 8 p.m. Go to thefisherman.com, look for that feature story that's on that website. The Marine Recreational Fishing Information Program, the Sector Separation Plan. Get into that registration, get into that webinar and see what happens. But I'll tell you, the one thing that we really need that's really screwing us up here and why they're separating us, it's because NOAA Fisheries needs to fix that stupid random survey system of theirs, MRIP. Garbage in, garbage out. If you have bad data going into the model, you're going to spit out bad data. It all comes down to harvest and effort collection. Last note this week, and it's also kind of troubling news too, but the Fish Hawks Saltwater Club of Forked River, they are forced to cancel their fishing flea market next Saturday. The Lacey Elks is in the process of being remodeled, and the folks at the Fish Hawks just found out. So if you are planning to go see the Fish Hawks next Saturday, scratch it off your list. They will be back bigger and better than ever, though, I'm sure, in 2026. The one thing, if you go down that road, that Forked River Boulevard there, and all that property that's in front of Oyster Creek, the old generating station, that's where I used to park and walk through the fields with a rod and a backpack. There were some nice little spots back there in that warm water outflow where I can get to. The only place to get through was the backside. But do you remember that, right? March 1st, that bridge across the Oyster Creek was loaded. That artificial warm water coming out of the Oyster Creek power station there. We don't have all that warm water now. And it seems to me that a lot of the winter over fish that used to winter over there have gone a little farther to the north. I think you know what I mean. 9 days, my friend, 9 long days until February is over and our March 1st striper and winter flounder season reopens here in the Garden State. Again, don't forget about this event here at Fisherman's Source in Ocean Township. Rods, reels, everything is on sale. That's next Sunday, March 2nd. I'll tell you more about this event next week, and as well, I'll be there at the Atlantic City Boat Show. We'll report from the floor of the Atlantic City Convention Center next week. Join me right here at The Fisherman and thefisherman.com.